Good afternoon. My name is Tosha Atchley. I chose to do my lesson plan on an English language arts objective today, and I decided to work on my lesson plan for a second grade student whose IEP level is more lower first grade. This particular student, when looking at student considerations, has intellectual disability and is not able to write without using the help of a scribe. So she needs someone to write for her, but she can read. So she also has the requirement to receive all instruction in as many possible avenues as you can find, such as visual, auditory, and tactile learning experiences. Otherwise, she does not commit them to working memory. Her goal today, or her goal that we're working on at this moment, is choosing a correct noun in the form of the correct plural or singular form, and the correct verb given the form of noun. Her objectives is Natalie will choose the noun that best fits the given object or objects in 4 out of 5 trials by the end of the 3rd week of the grading period. And her second objective is that she will choose the verb that matches the noun in a simple sentence in 4 out of 5 trials by the end of the 6th week of the grading period. All of these will be by teacher observation. Her specific vocabulary will be that she needs to know what a noun and a verb is, and she needs to understand the difference between singular and plural. The materials we will be using are pictures of single and multiple objects, different kinds of toys and manipulatives, things such as these little math manipulatives, which, look like little toys. They're made of rubber. Some of them are little sheep, boats, trains, just various different types of manipulatives. We will also need a whiteboard and dry erase markers and pencil and paper. Because of Natalie's issues and disabilities, she is severely introverted. Therefore, she will not speak if she is put into even just a small group. So I will work with her one-on-one with direct instruction. Otherwise, she just won't talk. And my procedures for this particular lesson are to take Nyla to the teaching table and begin doing things such as taking a whiteboard and putting a T-chart on it. One side will say plural, one side will say singular, and then show her different objects such as a box with one pencil in it and a box with multiple pencils in it. Ask her first, what does she call what's inside the box with a singular pencil, and then ask her what's inside the box with multiple pencils. Hopefully she will give me the answer pencil and pencils. Then I will be able to write the words under the correct area of the T-chart. Do this 3 or 4 times, and then we'll take that T-chart and we will have a discussion about the way the words look and the titles above the words and what could they possibly mean, and discuss with her that, at least starting out, all of our plural words end in an S. And she can read enough to know that that is an S at the end. And that will help her to make that first connection. Then I will take a piece of paper and divide it into 4 sections in front of the student. Get out a box of toys and ask the student to hand me one toy and write the word toy on the whiteboard. Ask the student if the word is plural or single. When she answers, write her answer down in the correct section of the board. And I have made a copy of the sample lesson organizer that I would use for this. Just give you a minute to kind of look at this. She would be able to point to the correct section after explaining it a few times, but in the beginning you would probably have to help her quite a bit. This would be a lesson where you would have to kind of wean her off of your help, and it's something that would definitely have to be repeated multiple times, and you might even use her body parts. You know, you have one nose, you have 2 eyes, you have I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. But you have the different ways and different objects that you can use. Okay, in the process of doing all this, you would also be working toward being sure that previous lessons of what is a noun and what is a verb are also practiced, just by having those different discussions. And then in the end, you would be looking at sentences and reading the sentences together with the student, having the student to tell you what words are nouns, what words are verbs, and then once the student has chosen the noun, have that student to tell you whether or not this is a singular or plural, and continue to practice. And you would get your formative assessments from your closing each day. In looking at those sentences, has the student made progress on choosing the plural or singular form of the noun and using the correct verb to match the noun? And then the summative assessment would be at the end of each week through verbal testing, because remember I said the student can't write. So unless you want to write all of their work for them, verbal testing is better. But if you choose to do the written, you can do the written, just have to provide a scribe for her. This lesson may work in different ways for different students. You may have to practice more with some students than you did with others. But I think in the end, this gives enough practice in visual, tactile, and verbal and written form. Thank you.